You say yes to the food delivery, you upgrade the phone, you finance the thing that makes this month feel easier. And for a moment, it works. That is the difference most people miss. Broke-minded money buys relief now. Wealthy-minded money buys relief later. And that one shift quietly changes almost everything. This video is about why your brain loves immediate relief, why that instinct gets expensive fast, and why people who build wealth learn to tolerate a kind of discomfort most people spend their lives trying to escape. Your brain is not designed to love long-term rewards. It is designed to reduce discomfort quickly. If you feel stressed, tired, behind, or deprived, the fastest fix usually looks obvious. Spend something, buy convenience. Remove friction. Feel better now. Is that irrational? Not exactly. Behavioral economists call this present bias. It means your brain gives extra weight to rewards you can feel now and discounts rewards that arrive later, even when the later reward is objectively better. George Ainsley wrote about this as a conflict between your present self and your future self. You are not choosing between good and bad. You are choosing between relief you can feel in 10 seconds and relief you will only feel months from now. And your brain is terrible at treating those two things equally. That is why the broke pattern often looks so normal. The person who is mentally overloaded pays for convenience constantly. The person who feels insecure buys proof. The person who feels deprived spends to create a small emotional reset. Not because they are shallow, because the purchase is doing emotional work. It is buying relief now. Wealthy-minded people are not immune to that impulse. They just interrupt it differently. Instead of asking, what makes this week feel easier? They are more likely to ask, what makes my life easier 6 months from now? That sounds simple. It is not, because delayed relief is psychologically harder to trust. Walter Mischel's research on delayed gratification became famous for exactly this reason. People struggle to wait, even when waiting clearly leads to a better outcome. The future reward is abstract. The current discomfort is real. So one mindset keeps removing discomfort with spending. The other learns to sit inside some discomfort long enough for it to pay back later. That is the real split. Broke-minded money says, I need the feeling now. Wealthy-minded money says, I can survive the feeling now if it buys me more freedom later. You can see this everywhere. One person uses debt to avoid the discomfort of waiting. The other waits, saves, and keeps ownership of their future cash flow. One person upgrades their lifestyle, the second income rises. The other leaves space between earning more and living bigger. One person treats money as an emotional painkiller. The other treats money as a tool for reducing future pain. That does not mean wealthy-minded people never spend on comfort. It means they are more selective about when comfort is worth the price. This is where researchers like Daniel Kahneman matter. His work showed that humans are highly sensitive to immediate losses and discomfort. So when you delay a purchase, your brain often reads that as deprivation, not as strategy. It feels like you are losing something, even when you are actually protecting something. That is why building wealth feels strange at first. You are training your brain to stop worshiping immediate relief. You are teaching it that some stress should be solved, and some stress should simply be tolerated. Because tolerated stress is often cheaper than financed comfort. That might be the whole game in one line. Financed comfort feels good fast, but it makes your future heavier. Delayed comfort feels harder now, but it makes your future lighter. So how do you actually use this? First, catch yourself when spending is really emotional anesthesia. Ask one question. Am I buying value, or am I buying the removal of a feeling? Second, create a delay between urge and purchase. Not forever, just long enough for your future brain to enter the room. A day, a weekend, even an hour helps. Third, start treating savings like stored relief. That is what it really is. Emergency savings are not just numbers in an account. They are future calm. A paid-off debt balance is future breathing room. An investment account is future options. Wealthy-minded people are not magically more patient. They are often just more loyal to their future relief than to their current mood. And that is a brutal advantage. Because most people keep selling tomorrow to feel slightly better today. If you learn to reverse that pattern, you do not just spend differently. You start thinking differently. And once that changes, money stops being a way to escape pressure for 10 minutes. It starts becoming a way to remove pressure for years. If you want to see what this looks like inside the mind of a real person, and how one psychological money trait can shape an entire life, watch this next.